This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana, and welcome back to the North Shore.
That's right.
Bayou Adventures, and Miss Shannon, thank you for welcoming us here. And I see you got a little groceries over there, too.
I always have food for you, Gary. You know that. I know better. We are done. There's a whole lot covered. Had a busy week. Got some remembering to do and a lot of awards.
Yeah, this is the awards edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Some awards that we earned up at the Louisiana Outdoor Writers Association Excellence in Craft Competition. We had some Young Hunters of the Year got awards, some young journalists and photographers. And speaking of awards, Shannon, you guys chalked up some awards recently.
We wrapped up too. We had a lot of nominations, but we were very, very honored. I want to thank everybody that voted for us. We're runner-up right after our friends at Puglia's for Best Bait and Tackle for Best of Louisiana Outdoors, and Best Eco Tour, runner-up for that as well. So we're really excited about that.
Well, that means a lot because this was not a panel of judges. This was customers, real people, outdoors people. I thought that highly of you.
And it's an honor. It's an honor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and I'm back from Alaska. I wish I was still there. A whole lot cooler in Alaska. Outdoor writer Lyndon Kutcher and I went with the Cajun Invasion, and boy, we had a great time over there, catching halibut and salmon and a lot of other species like rainbow trout and dolly varden, and you'll see some of that. You made a trip a little more local, a little closer to home.
Well, I did. I made a trip to Tokyo. I made so many trips. We're going to surprise you because we have so much on video right now. We're going to leave it up to Chris, and we'll see what you see. It's going to be a surprise.
And you know what this week is, too. This is the first anniversary of the serious floods that we had on the North Shore and in the Baton Rouge area. And we put together a special reminiscence package about that and our regular features, the H&H Tournament Report, the News Report, and the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. And it's all coming to you here from Bayou Adventures in Lacombe on Highway 190, where you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
The CCA Louisiana Star Tournament is doubling down this year. Double the tagged redfish. Twice the trucks. Over $500,000 of prizes awarded in more than 20 categories. Open to all ages, inshore and offshore, youth enter free. Don't let your chance to win swim away. Register at ccastar.com or at any Academy Sports and Outdoors.
When the waters rose across South Louisiana in August of 2016, it brought uncertainty to thousands. Homes were destroyed, businesses were lost, and families were displaced. It's during these times of disaster when it can be difficult to look for positives. However, within the water-soaked homes and debris-filled neighborhoods, many discovered opportunity. Jared Serenay has spent his entire life as an outdoorsman, and as the producer of Louisiana Sportsman TV, he's built relationships with people across the sportsman's paradise. So when Jared heard the news of massive flooding, he jumped at the opportunity to lend a helping hand.
At the time of Hurricane Katrina, I was living at home with my parents. I was about 21 years old, and we were lucky enough to evacuate. However, a lot of people didn't evacuate, and I heard stories from a good friend from Lafayette about how he brought his boat during Katrina and rescued people in New Orleans. And I've always kind of been inspired by that, and I was proud of him for doing that. So when I woke up Saturday morning after the flooding started in Baton Rouge and read on Facebook about how the flooding was going on, just kind of hooked up my boat and said I'm going to go to Baton Rouge without really knowing where to go. I put it on Facebook, and before I knew it, there were at least 10 other boats that wanted to join.
Jared was just one of the hundreds of volunteers who traveled flooded streets, rescuing people from homes and bringing them to safety. This help your neighbor mentality quickly became known as the Cajun Navy.
Cajun Navy, as far as I can tell, goes back to Hurricane Katrina when people were doing boat rescues back then. To me, what it means is it's that Cajun can do anything spirit. You talk to, any typical outdoorsman Cajun, he either knows how to build something, or he knows how to work on something, or he knows how to get a job done. And I think it's that same deal that carries over into the Cajun Navy that, hey, look, we're not going to wait on Coast Guard, we're not going to wait on the local police departments, we're going to get in our boats because we know how to use our boats, and we're just going to go and we're just going to help people.
The Cajun Navy attitude was not exclusive to Louisianians with boats. Since 2011, Meredith Wagaspack has built a successful apparel line, specializing in capturing the charm and the culture of the Bayou State. And with the help of business partner Sarah Gibbons, these two Louisiana ladies realized yet another opportunity during this time of disaster.
The rain had started here in Baton Rouge, and at that time I'm in Dallas. While I'm driving back home, I'm on the phone with Sarah, and we're just trying to figure out what is it that we can do to feel like we can give back. Sarah put together a graphic of a photo of the trucks and boats, and she put Cajun Navy on it and put hashtag Louisiana Strong. So we made kind of our first post on social media and put that out there, and it couldn't have been no more than like 5 minutes. People were like, oh man, you need to make that into a shirt. We made an announcement and posted the shirt and said, look, we are going to sell this shirt. It's our Cajun Navy shirt. All proceeds are going to go to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank in honor of the Cajun Navy men of 2016.
The Cajun Navy shirt design rapidly spread across social media, and within hours, hundreds of orders were placed. It was then that the SFT ladies realized that this simple design had created an opportunity for them to give back in a way they had never imagined.
We had orders from all over Louisiana, all over the United States, all the way to Canada, to Germany, to Australia. I mean, went all over the place. And so we fundraised all the way until the end of the year. And by the end of the year, our total had reached right at almost $50,000. Taylor Swift had just donated $50,000, and ours wasn't too shy of that. And it was just so honoring for people to trust us and to know that we were going to be able to all, as a community, give back to the food bank, which gives back to the whole community in general. So it was like the most amazing experience that we could ever have done together. I don't think I'll ever see that again in my lifetime. So it was really humbling, and I still am proud that that's part of my legacy, and Sarah too, for us to share with our children. It was just a great opportunity that we would never have to be able to give back in a way like this, and I just knew it was the right thing to do.
For some, it wasn't the opportunity to provide assistance during the floods, yet the venture to start anew. George Spivey spent his entire life as a welder and fabricator, but as the Comeet River swelled beyond its banks, George watched the murky waters wash away a business that took decades to build.
We took 9 foot of water through our shop. The Comeet River just flowed through our shop. I lost everything I owned in the fab business. At that time, it was going to be almost impossible for me to be able to get the welding business back up. So I did a lot of praying. I asked God what he wanted me to do. So I went to guide school for 10 days. It was the hardest thing I've had to do, but I always wanted to be a guide. And I got out here to Leeville and Bobby Gross with Bobby Lynn's Marina. Terry with Terry's bait shop there in Leeville. Them two guys really helped me get going. If it wouldn't have been for them two people and God putting favor on their hearts for me, I don't know what I'd have done.
It was then that High Water Charters was born. And for the past year, George has lived his dream of being a fishing guide, knowing that it was a blue-collar, hard-working upbringing that provided the attitude needed to persevere through these difficult times.
I've never been a quitter. You know, I grew up poor, and my dad used to get me out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd have to go work in his fab shop, sweeping floors and stuff. You know, I mean, what good does it do to curl up and give up? I just got up every morning and just kept getting it.
The flooding of 2016 was an event that could have never been predicted. But if and when the next disaster strikes, just know that no matter your background, there's always an opportunity to help our fellow Louisianians, to lend a helping hand, or to start anew.
It don't do no good to throw your hands up and quit. You just get up and keep going.
People are able to share in that time that they're going to wear this Cajun Navy shirt proud, and they know that they help support such a great cause here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And that's another thing about the Cajun culture. They're very, very, very generous, giving people. You know, always want to give more than they take.
We are the fabric that creates this sportsman's paradise. We are the people who make our home a paradise, Louisiana.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
Hey y'all, it's Sam Barbera. I'm with the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation. The foundation is a nonprofit that raises funds and provides support for the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Department. We assist with numerous projects like black bear, whooping crane, bald eagle, as well as family, youth, and women's workshops. For all of the information on the foundation, visit lawff.org. We need your support to help our wildlife and fisheries. Visit lawff.org.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. At Bayou Adventures in Lacombe, right on the banks of scenic Bayou Lacombe with a lot of fishing, both fresh and salt water. You got some hunting not too far away and sitting right here at the Big Branch National Wildlife Refuge. What a great place. I was in a great place last week, Alaska. Cajun invasion. We get people.
What anniversary of that?
This would be the 12th year. 12th year. Goes back a long way. And we invite people from the Gulf Coast area to accompany us up to the Gone Fishing Lodge and make daily excursions. It's all turnkey. I had a lot of special visitors with us this year. Ryan Lambert, one of our captains that you see us on fishing with quite often. He does radio reports with me. He and his lovely wife Carmen came, and his friend Terry and Dorothy had a great time. And boy, they caught some fish on their trip offshore. Outdoor writer Linda Kutcher, who co-hosts radio with me, also came along. First time she had ever been in Alaska, and just like a little kid in a candy store. She gets so excited catching some of those fish. It was chilly, and sometimes then it got warm. We didn't have a lot of rain. The weather was really good. Our first trip, as soon as we got there, we were bound the next morning for Seward, eventually the Gulf of Alaska. And we were fishing for halibut, which we caught our limit. No big halibut on this trip like we've had in years past, but everyone caught their limit. Silver salmon, which had not started to make their migration north yet. We picked up limits of silver salmon and rockfish, which is a real popular fish over there. Some people call them rock bass, but they're not really in the bass family at all.
How big did it get there?
The rockfish are, about like this, about like a small red snapper. In fact, that's how you treat it, like you would cook a red snapper. It's kind of a white, flaky meat. And we ended up with a boatload of fish and headed back from that trip. The next day, we did the one called lining. Some people refer to it as flossing. That's when the sockeye or red salmon, which are plankton eaters, they're vegetarians, so they will not bite a bait. Sometimes they will. Rarely they will out of instinct or maybe trying to attack something, but they do not feed by biting. So there's a real skill there, and it's called the kenai flip. It's a technique where you use a fly rod, and you wade out into the river. This is the kenai, and you're flipping it out there and just bringing it back, and on your last little leg of it, you give it a quick jerk. So that line is passing through that fish's mouth as it swims by, and when you give it that hook set, you got a good fight on. Now, if you hook him in the tail, dorsal fin, or anywhere on the body except the mouth, by law, you have to release that fish. You're allowed 3 per day. They're good-sized fish, and it's one of the preferred food fish as far as salmon go. Those and the silver are probably the 2 best.
Yeah, that's better skill. That's a
is.
little bit of luck. That's like the little toys, and you're picking them up with the crane. That's
Well,
good.
you
Very
will
hard.
flip 500, 600, 800 times before you can get a limit, if the fish are scattered. It can be good when there are really a lot of them in there. It's amazing that you would have that kind of coincidence that line would be passing through the fish's mouth as it's swimming upstream in the
You
pond.
had a good luck?
Yeah, we did. We limited out and headed home with those fish. And you could actually, some of the guys went right behind the camp, which is located on the Kenai River at the Gone Fishing Lodge, and they picked up some on their off days or when they weren't doing anything else, went back there and get it. But it does take a little bit of skill, and a lot of people are not used to that. In Louisiana, we would call that snagging. Yeah. But I had 2, the Cajun invaders came along with us. Dr. Mike Wiedemann from Mandeville, not too far from here. Another guy named Don Raymond from Metairie, formerly of Raymond Jewelers. And we also, on the Seward trip, a local guy from Slidell, Bob Weiss. They call him Doc. He had some friends that came along, and we made real good company. We met some new friends and saw some old friends that repeated on the trips. And we did a lot more after that. That was just the very first part of the trip, and we're going to pick that up again next week. But here's some of the action from the Kenai River Gone Fishing Lodge. We were stationed in Soldotna, Alaska.
Leave him in the water.
Leave him in the water?
Yep, he's done. He's done.
It's out of the pool.
Big one.
Good one.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Tell me about it. 2? You like 2?
What are you in a 400-foot hole? I know, right? Woo, sweet.
Whoa.
Look at that gaff job, huh?
There you go, you're hired. I will take that.
Reel on him. Ain't done yet.
Oh, beautiful.
I can't fit him in my neck.
Welcome to the H&H Tournament and Rodeo Report. Gary, big news out of Lake Grenada, Mississippi. Some Louisiana boys made a trip armed with some of the crappie psychic rigs, and swept the first, second, and third place in the crappie or sockeye category. I want to congratulate Tim Hebert, 2.02, Scott Oquin, 1.84, and Andre Smith with a 1.7. What a job.
But yeah, and not only, they caught boxes full. They send shots. They send so many shots we can't show them all, but you can see the size of these saccalays. A lot of people say they're catching 2-pound saccalays. You don't know, but you see these 2-pound saccalays.
They're the real deal.
Yeah, they're the real deal. So, and the crappie psychic, he's real proud on him selling them. They're using his total rig, his little bead, his trailer, and whatever that jig head and jig that they use. So congratulations. Thanks for sending them. We got to mention some big tournaments running. I want to mention Ride the Bull. See, they're a little bit more than 2 weeks away, and that's the big one, the biggest kayak tournament in the world right now. So we want to mention that coming up. They got another one. I'm sorry I don't have it quite today, but this coming weekend, the Ascension the Ascension area bass members, they put on a tournament, a fundraiser to defray the cost of the 5 guys. We got 5 guys from Louisiana going fish the Open. It's a chance to make the Bassmaster Classic. It's in South Carolina. It's a little bit further. We're going to run some numbers on the board. Mr. David Cavell and them other guys are putting it on. So I also want to mention an event, the Duck Festival coming up. It's the same time as Ride the Bulls this year. I probably won't be there the Friday, Saturday deal, but I'm going to do my best to bring you back to winners of the Duck and Goose Calling Championships that Sunday, so I'll be there. The Rocky Mountain Elk, they're coming up, so I know this is an event, and we're talking about tournament, but that's this coming weekend. The Copeland Towers, the Best Western Landmark in Metairie, and that's August 19th. Don, I don't know what else we got. We got any other tournaments going on or rodeos besides them, and any of them you know. In a few weeks, we're going to bring you one. Keith Lusher is trying to start a big North Shore tournament. So anybody interested, y'all email him over there, but he hadn't got a solidified date, but he's looking in October, and he's here today and right now. So since we don't have a solidified date, if you like the idea or if you want to help, am I correct, Keith? You contact him at the North Shore Fishing Report.com. They had a Gulf Fish Rodeo, that's all I can say. They sent us the winner and I lost them. David, next year you do it a little bit earlier. It benefited St. Jude. And while we're here, we're going to come back with a few minutes later with the news. I'm sorry.
Right, and then the only one coming up, and it'll be in October. We'll give you a lot more on shows coming up. That's the Venetian Isles Fishing Rodeo. It's nice to have a fall fishing rodeo. There's not a lot of them because of the competition with hunting and football, but that's a good one, and we'll provide you some information on that. Yeah. We'll be right back with more after this. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Relationships are everything in life. For me, the most important relationships start with faith, family, and friends. I feel blessed to be married to my high school sweetheart of over 25 years. We were both born and raised in Louisiana, and so were our 4 children. We're proud to call Louisiana our home. That's why giving back is so important to us, whether it's car seats, bicycles, or helping those in need. At Gordon McKern Injury Attorneys, we feel blessed, knowing that we can come to work every day and help our community when they need us the most.
Call 800-653-9968.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Gary, Lafitte, Louisiana, Bourgeois Charters. Captain Darren, how'd the trip go?
They're always going to work it out. The trout, it was slow, but the guys that had won that trip at the law enforcement fundraiser, and it was just amazing to watch Darren work. Darren's been there a long time, one of the captain, Captain Darren. He just knew what he was going after. And then right now, still going on. The redfish are everywhere. They were fishing an opening in the rocks, and you see how he did it. This surprised me. You know, a lot of times you fish with towfield, nothing but plastic. Darren was using a jig head, a market shrimp, and that was it on a boat. Then later on, they would catch them on plastic, gulp, and different other plastic baits. But it's what's unique about Bourgeois charters. They're going to find some way to bring you back with fish, and that's what makes them so popular. So here we go, fishing with Captain Darren and some lucky winners in Lafitte.
We've been fishing along the wall right here in the Wrigley's and by P Road. Fishing's been kind of tough. But some days when the weather's really good, we get along Bay Lewis and Brussels Lake and all. We've been catching a few on top water and plastic and all, early morning bite. I like the tight line along the wall right here because you have a longer ways to work your line, you know? Ain't like with a popping cork. The water's a little deeper, got a little drop off. Got that.
Look at that, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I like them. They're all perfect size coming in. Look at me, D. There you go, Captain D.
Sometimes along the wall here, the water falls hard. They'll be on one end or the other. So we just keep it working it up and down and see what happens. Oh, little one there.
Boy, that's a good sign. Look at it.
Good for later.
I tell you what, that little one hit it hard though. He won it. That's one of my days.
Water's about a foot low along the wall right here. A lot of times the fish come out the ponds from in the back, get all up along the wall right here. We're in the Wrigley's right now. I'm gonna try along this wall right here. See if we got anything happening here.
Same thing?
Yep, same thing.
Two more, you got to put your rod down.
Yep.
Fish on. Brandon, you don't know how to talk. Brandon? Look at that, really.
Hell, I holler.
Brandon Johnson, that's right. You was at Sullivan's and the original, inaugural big banquet, Capital Area Law Enforcement Foundation, I believe that's what they call it.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's been a lot going on in the Baton Rouge area, dues and officers. This organization, how'd you find out about it?
So our company partnered up with Capital Area Law Enforcement Foundation, which was founded just over a year ago following an attack on police officers in Baton Rouge to help raise awareness and provide funds to buy vests and helmets and all. Great foundation. We're really honored to be able to help support. It hits close to home to a lot of us, to me personally, and a lot of the guys in our company, in our community. Two of the officers that died, I mean, they live right down the road from it. So I mean, that's close. I've got a lot of family that's in law enforcement, and I followed up with them as well after we did the fundraiser. We did a golf tournament, raised a lot of money, and I followed up with some of the guys that I know in law enforcement, and they are seeing this equipment come from the Capital Area Law Enforcement Foundation.
Yeah, we're going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out and giving a chance. We had to wait. Good time. Want to thank Captain Darren. He done put us on fish already. A lot of small, good signs for this, but we're still early. It ain't but 9 o'clock, and We still hunting, so good. Good one. Put it in there. Leave him in the water a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Just like the water. They fight, boy, they ain't big. They ain't real big, just right. Yeah. Man, what can you tell me about the feet, fishing the feet?
I'll tell you what, it's a good time out here with Paradise, Louisiana and Bourgeois charters.
Oh, yeah. Redfish what you want. And you know, we can run south right now, going toward Barrier.
Yeah, Hackberry,
and we can catch some trout now. The wind picking up.
Yeah, we can catch some trout. There've been a lot of little school trout, but if you stick around and follow the birds and all, you can pick up on a few big ones. They're starting to move in a little now. Next month, they should move in a little more.
And also the bass. People that want to just stick for bass fish, tell me the places you come to feed where they can fish bass.
You want to fish bass, move up to the north, around on the Penn and DuPont, along the wall up there in the back of the grass beds in the pond.
What bait? Almost in.
Just a little spinner bait, frogs or whatever, buzz bait. You'll catch a few.
Yeah, that's a big fish of the day. Ain't that something?
Lift your leg up, let me get this net.
Big fish of the day. Oh, look at him, pull and drag. Oh, he's pulling and drag. Yeah. You want to dip him? Wait, let him fight a little bit more. Look at him in the clear water. Can you get him in the fish? Don't get me. Get the fish. Look at him. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Ready to get off. Look at that. This is fighting, man. Look. Look how pretty. So always chartreuse to the color. Go ahead. There it is. There he is. Put my hand in his mouth. I gotta catch him by his eyes. That's the only way I used to do it. Yeah. I played him out. There he is. Is that the big fish of the day?
That's the biggest.
The big one of the day. He ain't big, but
he's almost the same size as you, look like.
Thank God they got. Good thing them other guys got to show me.
Yeah.
How to do it, yeah. Chartreuse and glove in your foot. Just put them in the box. If you watch Paradise, I just want to show you how we catch a fish. But thanks to these guys showing me how to do it. Ain't that something?
Louisiana Outdoor Writers Association banquet right here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Paradise, Louisiana has won the top TV show for the umpteenth year in a row. And I can't get Chris Lecoq, I can't get Gary Risponi, I can't get Don Dubuque, and even Joe Macaluso, emeritus, to come up here and give me an interview. Paradise, Louisiana sweeps it again. #1 in Louisiana, #1 in your heart. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Sightcasting redfish in the Louisiana marsh is this exciting. To make it even more exciting, the Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka, will add $10,000 to the first place team of each of this year's events, plus a $20,000 payoff to the grand champion. It all starts in April, so register your team now and come out to see the most exciting tournament series the Louisiana has to offer. The Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Welcome to the Paradise, Louisiana news segment. And Gary, a lot of big news came out this week. One of the most glaring bits of news is the announcement by BASS that their upcoming 2018 Elite Tournament Series that's going to have a stop off in Texas near Sabine River, they're going to put all the Louisiana waters off because of the controversy and the confusion over the laws about trespass, and it's understandable. They don't want to subject their participants into getting cited or maybe having to disqualify them, so no Louisiana fishing. It's another one of those unintended consequences of the antiquated laws we've got here about, you know, what's private and what's public. We got to get that straight.
Sure enough, you know, he's talking about that in Catahoula right now. There's a judge up there ruled in favor of the landowners. They decided that Catahoula is not a lake, even though the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries has been doing all the work, cutting trees, doing all that. And there's always been some controversy about, you know, whether it was private or public and where you can put a blind. And used to get Larry Reynolds and them in a bad situation when they were trying to come up with rules. But now, this judge come out with a ruling. Now, I'm sure it's going to be going to, you know, to appeals court because it has to. They're saying if it's a river, they're declaring it's a river. So it belongs to the landowners on both sides.
You can bet that this one is not over yet, and we'll stay on top of that for you. Also, we got dove season coming up real soon. It's kind of sneaking up on us. If you're not looking for a place to go dove hunting, we are having the Don's Dove Day afternoon hunt up in Poplarville, Mississippi. You can go to cranecreekhunting.com and find out the details on that. But there's going to be a regulation change for the dove hunters that are hunting on our state WMAs. And you know the state leases as much land as they can and opens that up for dove hunting. Hunters on those tracts of land will no longer be allowed to use lead shot. It's got to be non-toxic shot, number 6 size or smaller. So bear that in mind if you're going to be hunting on state property, whether it's the leases or it's the WMAs, no more steel shot.
So if you look and you say, well, I'm going to find number 6s, they do. A lot of the manufacturers make number 6 because we use them to teal hunt sometimes.
Well, they make smaller shot too, you know, in non-toxic. Another thing that's taking place across the state coming up in September, the recreational for-hire meetings. This is a project of LSU Sea Grant along with Louisiana Fisheries Forward. And what it is, it's basically an introduction and actually a little tuning up for people who are charter boat captains or want to become them. Kind of gives you and familiarizes you with what the licensing requirements are, gives you some suggestions on how to find customers and run the business. I think this is an excellent program. It's probably long overdue that they did this to help get people transitioning from retirement or other jobs into the fishing business. Now, we're running them on the screen. There's a series of them in each area of the state. If you're interested in going, there's no charge. You can sign up and go. Gary, also in the news, boy, what a lot of news came out of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Our Louisiana Outdoor Writers Association held our annual convention up there at the Hotel St. Denis, and it was a wonderful setting up there.
The meal was excellent. It was a country meal. It really was, but it was.
But, you know, they started off, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get up there until Saturday afternoon, but, you know, there was a trip to the fish hatchery, the Natchitoches National Fish Hatchery that's run by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. There was also a fishing trip that was made up there for some of the members who wanted to fish. And also it opened up at the Louisiana Sportsman's Hall of Fame. What a wonderful museum that is.
What a best. I wish you and Joe were beside of me. I went to the baseball section, and they were showing all the people who played Major League Baseball, and I know you such a baseball buff. And I said, I was sitting there. In fact, I sit there, I was laugh, and they had to come get me. They were closing up. I was sitting there watching, wishing I had you and Joe there.
Well, it's worth a trip to Natchitoches to visit, if nothing else, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Now, here's a tip. It's closed on Sundays. I didn't get a chance to go. But every other day of the week, it's open. Gary, the real purpose of Louisiana Outdoor Writers Association, number one, is to take care of some business for the organization, but also to present a number of awards in a lot of categories. Youth journalism competition. We've got kids from all over the state of Louisiana invited to send in their photographs. They write essays on hunting and fishing and outdoor experiences. They're judged by a panel of judges, and we honor them at a banquet. They bring their families there. It's a wonderful event. In addition to that, we select a male and female Youth Hunter of the Year. And I got to tell you, I was really proud, not quite as proud as his grandpa, Rick Guittardi, and his dad, Roger, but Seth Guittardi, who goes to North Shore High School in Slidell, not far from here in Lacombe. I've hunted with him. I've watched him play baseball. He's a great young man, and what a story. Him and his dad and his grandpa got to share our turkey hunt. We're here with the Youth Hunter of the Year for the male category, Seth Guittardi. He's a student at North Shore High in Slidell, and his grandfather, Rick Guittardi. Seth, congratulations. Tell us, why do you think you were chosen to win this award?
I think my story and how I shot my first turkey with my grandpa and the whole experience and how he helped me do it. And
what was the best part of the whole hunt?
Whenever I found out turkey was dead and me and him just saw it for the first time.
Rick, you were part of this. He's holding the award, but you were instrumental in this. This has got to be very meaningful to you, too.
Well, it's a thrill to be there with my grandson on this first turkey hunt. Well, not his first turkey hunt, but he's been with me before, but his first kill. And I look forward to more hunts with him and his brothers, too.
How did he come through on it? You know, turkey hunting is very unnerving. When that bird starts coming in on you, you get the shakes sometimes. How did he hold up?
Oh, he was fine there. He did great once we got out in the field. He had a little trouble getting up that morning, but once we got out there, everything went well.
Seth, turkey hunting can be a single thing or it can be a two-man team. How did Grandpa help you get this turkey?
He was the caller. He called the bird in, told me when to shoot, and that's what he did.
Our two repeat winners right here, this James Corley from the Gina area and Mr. Reese Blakely. And you from where?
Leesville, Louisiana.
Leesville, Louisiana, over there by Fort Polk.
That's right.
Christ. You know, I wanted to ask y'all repeat winners, probably you still got another chance to be back up here in journalism. Sometimes you can't call it a dying art because most of those people in this organization are great writers. So, what do you attribute, or who is your favorite teacher that helps you, proofreads you, and keeps you interested in writing?
That's definitely going to be my mom, Angel Blakeney. She's a great teacher. She's a literature major, and she's helped me a lot in my writing. Taught me about my favorite tools, similes and metaphors, and continues to teach me every day.
You told me, I asked you, you homeschooled, and I told you and said, what's so exciting? What makes it a different? You don't miss a lot of people. What did you tell me? You had more time to what?
I have a lot more time to fish.
That's what I'm talking about. Good job. James, you're another repeat. I was going to say a repeat offender, but another winner. Unbelievable. So let me ask you the same question. Who's your biggest teacher? Who's your biggest fan? What keeps you writing articles and being involved?
I have to say my grandparents, James Corley and Nancy Corley, they are an inspiration. They keep me going.
Keep me going. How much hunting and fishing do you actually do?
A lot. All the free time I got, I'm out there in the woods or on the water.
What's your favorite?
I have to say hunting.
Hunting what?
Hunting squirrels and ducks.
Good job. Congratulations, y'all again. Mr. Ben Roden, congratulations. First place, junior photography. Ben, that's the first place. It's coming with a lot. Mr. Joe Macalusa was over there singing your praises. I see you taking pictures with one of the legends in outdoor writing, photography. Tell me, that picture, what kind of animal was that?
I think it was a Thompson's gazelle.
And where were you at when you took that photo?
I was at Disney World in Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah. What about right around the house? Do you take a lot of photographs?
Not a whole lot.
You think you're gonna start now, taking more?
Probably now.
You're gonna be all about wildlife, outdoors?
Yes, sir.
Well, you never know. There's been some beautiful paintings and photographs that go around, and in this outdoor world, we all enjoy a beautiful photograph. So, how about sending me one of your next kill, and I'll put it on Paradise, Louisiana. Your next catch or kill, you email me, and everybody watching, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. and you'll be again on Paradise, Louisiana, just like this will be. Congratulations to you. One little girl that was with the photo, she left a little early, and I didn't get to get interviewed.
She was a little bitty thing.
Oh yeah, probably so. I don't know what it was, but the little Moines are very proud of her.
I think she was 8
yeah,
years
she's a
old.
little Moines. She goes to St. Aloysius School, and I didn't get to get her. Tell her daddy one day I'll bring her home by herself because she's an outdoorsman.
Photographs were great, stories were great. You can view those, by the way, at laoutdoorwriters.com. Go to the website and they'll all be posted there. And of course, the culmination, the EIC Excellence in Craft Awards, given for writing magazine, newspaper, broadcast, electronic, and also the photography. And congratulations to us, Paradise, Louisiana. Swept the broadcast category.
1, 2, 3. It's between you and Chris. Thanks to you and Chris, especially Chris. He did a great job.
All right, we'll be back with the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report and more on Paradise, Louisiana.
Aggressive, modern, and durable. The latest advancement in spinning has the Revo name on it, and almost a century of fishing expertise in it. No matter where your passion takes you, world-class fishing is only a Revo away.
Hi, I'm Captain Bobby Lynn. I own Bobby Lynn's Marina. We service the RV and boating industry in South Louisiana, Lafourche Parish and Leeville, and we're open for business, and we'd love to have everybody who wants to go and experience true Cajun hospitality on the water RVing right here with us. Lynn and I made a decision a couple of years ago to kind of coordinate all our efforts to one location. We're located on the south side of the Leeville Bridge. We're located next to the old Chevron heliport. So to get to us now, you'll have to cross the Leeville Bridge, the toll bridge. You'll get up and you'll take the very first exit. You want to take the first exit that says Old LA1. And when you come down, you'll go about 2 miles and we'll be on the right-hand side. You can't miss, we have a big sign out front. You'll turn down our private drive, come through some privacy gates, and then you'll be into your own private RV park. All right, if you want to contact us, you can reach us on the web at bobbylyns.com, or you can reach us by phone at 985-396-2678. And we have a Facebook page, and we'll answer the phone 24/7. So give us a call and come down and experience the best of waterfront RVing that South Lafourche and Leeville has to offer.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
Welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. Gary, I was in Alaska last week, so I did not get anything but Alaska fishing reports. I got a lot of information from there, but not here. What have we got freshwater fishing going on?
I'm going to let you lean on me. I'm good about this, and I promise you I'm going to try to keep it short. The freshwater really good. I got some pictures. I got a bunch in there. Peyton Pruitt, they call him an upcoming bass fisherman. He's going to be a pro. He was in Bayou Black, caught this big bass on a white chatterbait. Nicholas Forback is back at it again in them private ponds in Milton, Louisiana. Nicholas, keep it up. The spillway is poor. If y'all looked at all the river stages, I have yet to get a good report. Gary Krause and them went all over, caught 3. Another one caught 5. One of the poorest states because of the rise. Now, Salt Bayou by me, all them little canals, the Wrigley's, they still catching bass. You know where you go, you know where they look. They're using creature baits, they're using that, and every now and then if you catch the water moving, they're using a crankbait and catching some good fish. Cane River, one of the places we could have went, the guys, we all decided to go to Red River. Cane River catching fish. I got a report from Mike Clark that his friends were catching fish. Didn't tell me exactly what bait they were using, but if you fished it, they fished at bridges, they fished at the runouts, fished a few canes on side the Cane River. They punching or flipping. They catching anywhere from 15 to 20 bass a trip, which is a good trip this time of year. So the Cane River, I wanted to mention them while we was up there, especially around in between Alexandria and Natchitoches. The Red River, poor, especially after we got there.
Work of the Black Cloud, maybe.
We had about 4 of our group that went and tried to fish the Red River. I was fishing with Colonel Bruce Wilson and Wendy, and we fished hard. We would land. Jimmy Johnson had been there 2 days before the rise came. Water was beautiful, fishing them oxbows and fishing rocks. Everything that they caught fish on 2 days before, it was just almost impossible. We were doing it. But I got to talk to Colonel Wilson, and he tells us how he fishes out almost exclusively now the Red River, the Cane, and how he's a former tournament fisherman and how he fishes it, what he looks for when he goes there. And he was extremely disappointed, but not as much as we were, because we were looking forward. We heard they were catching fish. So,
well, we did have a lot of rain yesterday, but we've actually had a lot of rain this summer. And this has been probably the wettest summer that I've experienced in the area. However, the locks and dams on this river, they control the level, although it probably is going to be coming up. What we're going to be looking for in the back of this oxbow is looking for, instead of muddy water, maybe just stained. So that will probably be the case when we get back in the Clarence.
There'll be drains in this?
There are.
Coming out after the rain?
Yes, there will be, but I think probably when we get back there, it will not be as muddy as maybe the main river is.
Well, Bruce, we have a 50% chance of rain today, but we have a 100% chance that the black cloud, Gary Rasponi, is going to be in your boat today. Are you worried about that at all?
Well, I've heard about this black cloud thing, but the way that I will offset the black cloud is I'm an Alabama fan, so he's going to be a winner today.
Monday and Tuesday of this week, I came in here scouting to try to find some fish for our group. And right along this bank, I caught 9 fish in an hour throwing soft plastics, a plastic worm and a crawworm. Unfortunately, our river systems are really sensitive about water levels, and with all the rain we've had this week, the river came up 1.5 feet. And that does 2 things. Number one, it makes the river itself unfishable, which is where we catch a lot of fish. And then it even affects the fish in the oxbows. So we're doing the best we can this morning, but unfortunately, Mother Nature wins again. Oh, because we got 2 black clouds. We got Gary Rasponi in one boat, and we got Gerald Gaspard in the other. And those 2 black clouds, I'd like to see the guy that can catch fish with those 2.
What you was telling me about the rocks is almost 1.5 feet rise since Tuesday?
Yes, with all the rain, the water came up about 1.5 feet, and now it's above the rocks where normally it's below it. And the current is so swift, I can hardly hold with a 109-pound thrust trolling motor.
You have so many places to fish. You can fish over on Toledo Bend, Sibley Lake, Cane River Lake, Black Lake. I mean, that's one thing about this area is you always have a place to go fish.
All right. Saltwater right now, still reports are coming from Big Lake. We go out west. The marsh, John sent me a picture. Grand Island still, you got to catch the weather right, but there's still a lot of trout are being caught back there. They're catching them in the back. Queen Bess, Kenny Hayes, and them boys over there at Bro Bridge, Jimmy Durio, Dale Thevenet, and Ed Ladner, using Carolina rig on a croaker. Out west again is the Sabine Lake. Gerald Salazar sent me some pictures. They did real good. Leeville, George Peavy and them still catching fish. He also has been fishing Lake Barre. That's getting close to the Montague. Lake Bourne, still again. Miss Angie and Mr. David Stewart, they run the Island Marina. They're catching redfish in Lake Catherine, but the platform right now on live shrimp is the bait in Lake Bourne.
Very good. We'll have a trip for you next week. We'll be showing you Cocodrie. I got a fishing trip down there with Cocodrie Charters. We're also going to have part 2 of our Alaska Cajun invasion, so you some more action there. And by the way, be looking for the next issue of Martian Bayou. Outdoor writer Linda Kutch is going to have a story and some photographs on our Alaskan Cajun invasion. Don't forget to send your reports to us, Gary at Paradise, Louisiana. We also love to get your photographs.
Tell us who you are, where you are, what you're catching, and how you're doing it.
Got one more thing I forgot, Don,
Okay.
like always. Red snapper is extended one more week, and there's some still a lot
Keep
of
our
red
fingers
snapper.
crossed. Maybe it'll go all the way to Labor Day, huh?
Yeah, they're still catching a lot of snapper too,
All
both
right.
places, Venice and Grand Isle.
And we'll be back next week. Want to thank the folks here at Bayou Adventures in Lacombe for hosting us here on Paradise, Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.